Hey guys. Okay, so a month ago, someone wrote in my Ask that since I'm really ecstatic about all the things I'm learning in my classes, I should make videos discussing a lot of the things I learned or things that I think are interesting, um, and kind of expand on it. And I thought that was a really good idea because not only does that help me, but at least I'm slightly posting something more substantial instead of just like pictures of myself and like reblogging things, which I have literally been doing lately, and I apologize, but I have no time for anything else. But I really wanted to make this video. And so what I wanted to talk about today doesn't necessarily, like, it's not something that came from one of my classes, but it does have a lot of um, ideas that I've taken from classes and things that interest me on this subject. And it's a little bit ironic for me because my old URL used to be Princess Zan's, and what I want to talk about is the concept of the princess in modern day society. And I'm going to refer to this strictly for girls, even though this is not limited to girls. But I want to talk about how the term princess is incorporated into relationships today. And what's really interesting for me, and what I've been noticing a lot, and it's just kind of been eating at me and like aggravating me, is in like, social media, like movies, television shows, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, everything. And it's how, okay, a lot on Tumblr, how people will reblog things, or, girls will be like, you need to treat me like a princess in order to deserve me. You need to whatever. You need to, I am a princess and I'm not going to settle for anything less. Okay, so the problem with this, I think, is what the connotation of princess really is. And, I realized it's ridiculous because my boyfriend brings this up a lot actually in conversations, and it's this, as women, particularly women, I often feel like we're looked down upon, and there is so much misogyny like still present in society. And a lot of people say, "Oh, America, it's all equality," and because I live in America, um, so much equality for women and men. And the truth is, like, a lot of women still get paid considerably less than men for the same jobs, and a lot of guys still think women are subpar to them. And it's just ridiculous to me. And I'd always think, like, what is it that we don't do that you guys, like, are so good at that you need to look down upon us? And then, I kind of realized that this ideal of the princess has so much to do with that. And it's kind of like a media brainwash thing, where like a lot of chick flicks and movies will have this, like, oh, there'll be a girl and then there'll be the guy, and the guy will somehow portray all the characteristics that she wants, and he'll treat her like a princess and whatever. But then at the end of the day, this isn't all, like, a lot of recent movies are awesome, but what I'm trying to say is a lot of the time in relationships, I see like guys will be showering the girls with gifts, and they're very chivalrous, and they'll open doors, and they'll do this, and they'll do everything. And, sometimes girls will be like, man, why can't I have a guy like that? Look at her, she's so lucky. He literally gives her, like, everything. And, in the back of my head, I'm a little bit vain because, like, I would definitely want a relationship where, like, the guy showered me with gifts and, like, you know, treated me like a princess. But really, what is the term princess? Like, what do you guys think when someone says that they want to be treated like a princess, or they are a princess, or, in, like, terms of maybe just as a person or in a relationship? Because, I really don't think there's anything wrong with a girl calling herself a princess as long as the guy is a prince. Because, you know, if we really want equality, then we should extend that equality in all areas of our life. And that goes towards relationships. Because, I'm pretty sure, even though guys will not admit to this, that they would like receiving gifts. And they would like receiving flowers. and they would like being treated like girls do sometimes. You know, guys always give you flowers and chocolates. Like that's something that society has made us expect. Like for Valentine's Day, you know, it's kind of more of like something for girls. Like girls would be like, "It's Valentine's Day. What's my boyfriend gonna do for me?" Blah blah blah. But like, I mean, honestly, like in a lot of movies, it's always the guy doing things for the girl. But I seldom see the girl doing things for the guy. You know, like I seldom see her like planning the whole night out and like making reservations or like doing something special. And you know what really got me thinking that maybe this idea of misogyny um isn't just there for no reason, because a lot of girls really expect these things. Like they honestly, genuinely will not pay for it. Like they don't think that they need to pay when a guy takes them out to dinner. I mean, like, like politely, they'll be like, "Oh, I got it," and the guy will be like, "No, no, no, I'll get it." And you know that's fine. But if you really want equality, then you guys take turns, or you know, you understand each other's situation. Sometimes people don't have money, and like you know, it'll work out, whatever. But it's crazy to me that for a lot of relationships, it's the guy doing all the work. It's the guy doing this and getting this and making reservations, or like being macho and manly and like doing all these things. And it makes me wonder, do guys feel neglected? Like do guys feel like they don't get the kind of treatment that they want? um, would they like getting flowers, or like would they like their girlfriend making reservations for dinner, or um, doing cute things for them? And I don't know, like I don't mind being a princess as long as I treat whoever I'm dating the same way. Like, that should be something that's expected, right? Like, in a relationship, it should be 50-50. And, you know, the guy shouldn't always have to do everything, and the girl should do things too. And I think a lot of relationships are actually like that, but I think the media really messes that image up and makes a lot of young girls, especially, have this idea where the guy is supposed to do everything, and if he doesn't, then he's not worth it. And then they wait around and they have these crazy expectations, and when they finally figure out that that's not how it is, they're crushed. And I don't know, like they're actually genuinely crushed because that's what they've grown up to believe in, and now everything else kind of falls short from these expectations. And I really wish people just didn't, like, they just understood that everything should be a 50-50 thing. Yeah. And that's my problem with the idea of the princess. You know, like, as long as everything is like 50-50, you can go ahead and call yourself a princess, because you've got a prince. Because you better treat him the same way that he treats you, and you better do things for him that he does for you. Because, I mean, like, it shouldn't strictly be a gender role. Ugh, I'm not supposed to say that because, well, but anyway. It shouldn't strictly be like the guys do this and the girls do that. And, you know, I think that's a lot of the reason that we have misogyny, because girls feel like they don't need to do things because they're not supposed to, and guys are just, you know, a lot of guys are the dominant or want to be the dominant ones in the relationship, and girls that are dominant are looked down upon because they're going against everything, and it's crazy to me. But that's just one thing to think about, honestly. Um, what is the extent of these roles that we incorporate in life? Like, is this really what we want, or is this what we have been taught to want? Or is this what we're comfortable with because that's just how it is? And I mean, I know like in my relationship now, like everything is 50-50. It kind of sucks a little bit because, I mean, I've been so conditioned to like thinking that I'm supposed to get a certain treatment and supposed to be like, yeah, I'm a princess, like you're supposed to do all these things for me. But then, you know, if I really think about it, like why? Why should the guy have to do everything? And I mean, I guess that's that. But it's just a kind of like a different way of looking at things that we've really been conditioned to incorporate in our lifestyles. Um, like, that is my spiel on um, princesses and modern day society and whatnot. And I think I'll do a written post about this because my coherency is so bad as a public speaker, and I apologize, but yeah. Oh, and let me know if this is actually somewhat interesting, like by talking about certain subjects. This is like I had no like organization for this topic because I just really just wanted to talk about it, but for future topics I will organize it so that I can un just take apart all the density of a lot of the things I learned because everything's so dense. Anyway.